Can't give you much confidence when you see this.
DuckDuckGo becomes Google. One-time free search engine now downranks conservative content. Bans Gateway Pundit.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jasbro Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Well, big news within the last 48 hours. A popular search engine that has been the ire of a lot of those on the left for the better part of the last few years regarding freedoms and liberties and uncensorship may have just bent the knee. Oh boy. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Diet Google. DuckDuckGo will downrank what it decides as disinformation. Say it isn't so. Popular privacy-focused search engine DuckDuckGo, commonly considered an alternative to Google, has announced that it will be downranking, quote-unquote, sites associated with disinformation, along with adding information boxes to highlight quality information. The announcement received widespread backlash from supporters who view changes as adopting the censorship policies of the masters of the universe. In a recent Twitter post, the CEO of privacy-focused search engine DuckDuckGo announced that the company will be downranking sites associated with disinformation, which has been a popular tactic by Google for years to reduce user access to content, it considers objectionable. Yes, if it doesn't fit the narrative, Google will censor it. And there's the CEO right there, Gabriel Weinberg. DuckDuckGo CEO Gabriel Weinberg tweeted about the decision, stating it was an effort to reduce Russian disinformation online. Like so many others, I am sickened by the Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the gigantic humanitarian crisis it continues to create. Hashtag stand with Ukraine. At DuckDuckGo, we've been rolling out search updates that downrank sites associated with Russian disinformation. Weinberg goes on to say that DuckDuckGo will also be placing new modules and information boxes at the top of certain search results to highlight quality information for rapidly unfolding topics. This was a method used by many search engines and social media sites during the coup to push government narratives, official government narratives that regularly change drastically due to internet users. He continues, DuckDuckGo's mission is to make simple privacy protection accessible to all. Privacy is a human right and transcends politics, which is why about 100 million people around the world use DuckDuckGo. We don't have an exact count since we don't track people. He emphasized that. Many were quick to point out that DuckDuckGo's democratic approach to information was one of the major selling points of the website in the first place. Cernovich, disinformation, like the Russian bounty story, drone strikes that killed kids, Juicy Smollett, or the Covington Kids hoax. DuckDuckGo had a nice run. The ghostwriter. Jeffrey Miller, this is not the way to go, bro. We no longer trust anyone to decide for us what is misinformation. Let us make our own calls about that. Otherwise, you're just another tentacle for some ministry of truth. Oh. Michael Byrne, what is your falsifiable definition of disinformation? Will you be transparent about what sites you have labeled as such and how you determine that? Will it be all sources of government disinformation getting downranked? What is the definition of associated with you are using? Jason Hayward, the whole point of DuckDuckGo is for you not to do that. Weinberg responds, the whole point of DuckDuckGo is privacy. The whole point of a search engine is to show more relevant content over less relevant ones. And that is what we will continue to do. Google has ramped up its censorship effort in recent years, particularly around large public events such as the coup pandemic and recent invasion of Ukraine. Breitbart News recently reported that Google-owned YouTube removed a 6-year-old documentary by filmmaker Oliver Stone on the Ukrainian uprising that overthrew President Viktor Yanukovych and installed a pro-EU, pro-NATO government. Breitbart News reported extensively in 2020 on Google's blacklisting of Breitbart using techniques similar to those described by Weinberg. Leading up to the 2020 election, Google blacklisted all Breitbart page results for searches related to Joe dementia. As Breitbart News senior tech reporter Alan Bakari wrote, Breitbart News spoke to an SEO, search engine optimization expert, a 25-year industry veteran, whose job consists of analyzing traffic data from Google's own website performance portal, Google Search Console. The expert, who wished to remain anonymous, said he had never seen anything like this graph and that it indicates highly probable manipulation on the part of Google. Quote, I never experienced such a wholesale removal of rank and visibility on a specific concepts on a site as I have seen applied to Breitbart, said the expert. Removal is the key, not dropping in rank, which would be an organic devaluing. These ranks are simply gone overnight, while other topics have been untouched. The sheer fact that there are thousands of pages of Breitbart content that reference dementia that were ranking before May 6th have now no ranking or impressions on a search is a sign of manipulation, not algorithmic devaluing. Breitbart will continue to cover search engines and continuing struggle to find a solid replacement for Google search. My thoughts. Wow. Me, I've been using DuckDuckGo for the better part of, give or take, 3 years. And we've seen situations like this before that once we think we have something good, sadly, the old adage, it's too good to be true. We saw that with Getter. John Miller, formerly of The Blaze, the White House Brief, got kicked off because he used the N-word in his profile. He got banned off of Getter. A lot of people left Getter because of it. They were like, dude, he's black. He's using the terminology in his own profile. Why are you banning him? Now we see the situation with DuckDuckGo. Now, currently, I still use DuckDuckGo. But as of reading this, as of reading the Gateway Pundit story, which they have skin in the game regarding this, a number of people have already made comments regarding DuckDuckGo and have either left or are seriously considering leaving. I'm in that second category. I'm seriously considering leaving. I will be on the search for a new search engine. And this is sad because DuckDuckGo made it clear that the reason why Google is the reason why Google is the reason why DuckDuckGo was created in the first place. Period. Freedom, liberty, uncensorship, no tracking. The so-called disinformation and misinformation, which sadly and unfortunately have become lexicons. Unfortunately, have become everyday words in our lexicon, is not the reason why we use DuckDuckGo. Now you have others out there. You have Brave. Brave has their own. That is something that I was using. I was using Brave before DuckDuckGo. I may go back to Brave. I don't know. But it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. And for the CEO, Gabriel Weinberg, to when a simple comment in regards to, hey, this is the reason why you guys were created in the first place, because you saw the nonsense, you saw the crap written on the wall that Google was doing what they do because of it doesn't fit their narrative, so you gotta go. You gotta be throttled down. You gotta be wiped, as in Breitbart, regarding Joe Dementia and the wonderful ethics that constituted in the 2020 election. But yeah. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.